Hey Wholesome Thief, welcome back. So as you have noticed, I have started adding a lot of travel topics to this channel because I really wanted to help other moms and dads feel like they can, on a reasonable budget, actually go travel with their kids and have those experiences. Because I hear all the time that people are just waiting to travel for some magical point. Yes, my biscuit. That rarely arrives, right? Do you? You have to come in here if you want to talk, though. So I want to give you some of our really budget-friendly travel tips for real good budgets, for great deals. I've talked about this on my travel vlogs. You know, we've traveled for $30 a night for where we're staying, so maybe a total of $40 to $50 a night, including food and transportation for that day for the two of us. And that would have probably worked out if there were three of us as well. That interruption was brought to you by Abraham. So the first one, I'm just going to get into it because, you know what, I can give you my blather on, but I'd rather you hear about great, wonderful ways to save. The first one, and this was a huge one for saving money, is to find vacation rentals that don't charge for extra people. Because, and I've gotten tricked in this before when I think, oh, I found a great deal, this is a great place, and then they charge for kids. So even if you have one kid, and especially if you have 2, 3, 4 kids, finding places that don't charge for extra people, it's generally up to a certain amount, and then they start to, but often you can find, you know, vacation rentals for 5 to 6 people, sometimes up to 8, without them charging extra. It ends up saving you a lot of hidden little bits and fees and costs that you think, oh, this is going to be my travel budget, and then suddenly maybe it doubles because you're being charged for your children. So find vacation rentals, make sure you check that when you are logging in and you are thinking, okay, I'm going to buy this vacation rental for this week and this amount of people. Make sure you put in the amount of children so you can see if the price goes up. And that's a huge savings. That's how we were able to stay at places between, it was about $26 and $30 a night was about our budget for accommodations for our whole trip. And that made a huge difference to then what we were able to spend, you know, go out and have a mommy and me date at a bakery or go see something really fun or go on a fun ride, right? It makes a big difference to the budget, is the cost of where you're staying. Yes, love?
No, hey, hold me. You don't want to talk to me.
No, you have to let mommy talk and then it's your turn.
No, hey, hold.
I love you. Abraham is a little upset. He wants to talk to you guys, and I'm going to let you. You can talk because he loves to chitter-chatter on Instagram. He likes to do the little filter faces, you know, the bunnies and the cats, that he loves to tell everybody what's going on. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, you completely should, just for his bopping into every single Instagram video I try to do and then, hello, Instagram. Just for that alone. Oh my goodness. Trying to get a sentence out. I think you understand me, parents. Number 2 is shop what's on sale in the grocery store. I know that it's easy to go on vacation and just be, I'm going to buy this little single pack of things that's going to be such a savings. And it can end up costing a lot. You know, when we've traveled through Europe, food can be expensive in some areas. And buying in bigger quantities, what's on sale has really saved us a ton of money. I know I made a video about doing picnics in Rome and how that saved us money. And we were able to do, for a couple bucks, this really delicious picnic in this beautiful area of Rome. And we were super full. In fact, I brought too much food for a couple dollars because I then portioned those bits of food out throughout the next day or two because I'd bought in big enough amounts and what was on sale. So make sure that, you know, you might be doing this at home. You might be couponing, you might be buying what's on sale, and then you go on vacation and you think, I'm going to save a lot of money by having a kitchen or by making us snacks. And then if you don't shop wisely, sometimes it can end up costing a lot. This one has saved me so much grumpiness, so much, I need ice cream, buy me a soda. Bring reusable plastic water bottles and fill them up with sparkling water and some juice mixed in. And that was just our treat. I think you've seen that in some of my travel videos. Of course, Biscuit.
They're not walking now.
Oh, it's really stuck. Sweetie, I think it's stuck. Oh, there. That just gave us such a little spurt of happiness. My son was so much less grumpy when I packed him wonderful snacks and a great little thing to drink. So bring reusable water bottles for everybody, and everyone at the beginning of the day, and they should help with this if they're old enough, puts in a little juice, some sparkly water, and you have this really tasty beverage that keeps everybody hydrated. It's going to help with jet lag, and it's going to help them not demand lots of things while you're out. and you aren't even gonna have to get in those arguments. You just have something tasty to drink already. So this might seem obvious, but I can't tell you how many times I will hear, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Pick locations for your family vacation that are more cost effective. It doesn't mean that it's immediately the cheapest spot you think of, but some cities might have a surplus of vacation rentals. They might have a ton of free activities, free parks, free museums, whereas you go to another city or another destination, maybe there's less to do, it's a little bit more costly to find accommodation. You might be surprised at some resorts, right? And how affordable resorts can be. I'm working on doing an all-inclusive resort video for you to kind of show step-by-step how to save and how to find those really good bargains for all-inclusives. So look around at resorts and cities and towns at where you're actually going to have the cheapest trip. And that does take planning. It does take, I make a little folder with information, and I'll find some accommodations and I'll find some things to do. And it doesn't have to be the full list, but just to kind of see what a place is going to cost. And that also includes airfare. Sometimes you're going to find a great deal for airfare to somewhere, but even though the airfare is really cheap, it's actually going to cost you a ton to stay there. So it's better to spend $200 to $400 more for the family on air flight, and you're actually going to save money on everything else. And I think that that's really valuable. You know, going through Florence, right? You all saw that really fun video that we shot. And that can be very expensive because you're having to pay for all the museums. Whereas if you're doing a day out in London, most of those museums are going to be free. And that can be a big cost saving when you're traveling with your whole family. That's really something to consider to keep costs down. And these might all sound like simple upfront things, but it's so helpful to hear them just in a list and then think about for your next vacation. Plan out a couple of destinations. What are the ones you really want to see, and what are ones that are really attainable? And I think that's a big thing that stops all of us as parents from traveling, is thinking, there's no way I'll ever be able to afford this. There's no way I can take the time. It's too stressful, too hard to fly with kids, and so we never even try. Instead of testing it out. Oh, thank you. I got a present. It's a blanket with toys.
Not toys.
Not toys. Oh, with a present. Hold on. Whoa. Look what I got.
I made that for you.
That's so cool.
Mom, I made that for you to
I'm sorry, Abraham, that I didn't let you talk to Instagram.
I'm not that you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Abraham, I didn't let you talk to Instagram. You can talk to Instagram next when I'm done. Fair deal? Then you can tell them all your favorite stories. He wants to talk about his favorite unicorns.
That's why I made that for you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that communication. I respect that. So those are simple. They're easy to follow. They're really achievable ways to budget your trip. And that can work on a sliding scale of what your budget is. You know, you might have $40 a day to spend on a trip for everybody. You might have $300 a day. You might have $500 a day to spend on a trip for everybody. But you can scale this up to get the best experience for everybody in your family and not have to stress about it and not feel like you have to put that off, or that it's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing to be able to travel with kids, because you really do have these options now of affordable air flights, affordable places to stay, and picking out destinations that everyone's going to have a blast with. It's going to be things that you and your family remember for the rest of your lives. It's wonderful to travel with kids. I love traveling with my son. I have been traveling with him since he was, I think, 3 months old is when I took him on his first flight. And it has been such a joy and so stressful at times, insanely stressful, but absolutely wonderful and so beyond worth it, because he now talks to me about some of our trips and things he remembers that I do not expect my 4-year-old to remember from even a year ago. It's beautiful. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. So thank you so much for, hey, if you hit that subscribe button today, welcome on over to the Wholesome Feed. I'm Rose Kelly. I post a whole bunch of fabulous mama workout tips. I do wonderful gentle parenting tips and a ton of budget travel that is wonderful, and you don't give up your travel experience just to stay on budget. I would love it if you went and clicked down in the description box and checked out all of my romance novels. I love it when you buy those and send me notes about how much you've enjoyed them. I love seeing you guys send me photos of you in the t-shirts that I design and with the mugs that I design that are linked down below as well on my homeware site. It means so much, and it's such a beautiful way to support this channel and this community. So thank you so much. Until next time, I'm going to see you, like I said, on our Instagram, because somebody's going to be chatty on there. That's all I can say. And I will see you all over both of my YouTube channels. Thank you so much for coming along and wanting to travel and get out there and have amazing memories. Make these amazing memories with your family. It's so worth it. See you all around.